Welcome to our English vocab listening channel. Hello, everyone. Today we are going to enjoy a lovely story at a traditional restaurant in London. You will follow two friends as they discover London food culture and learn how to dine with perfect manners. Don't worry at all. I will speak very slowly and clearly so you can just relax and enjoy the story. Before we begin, I have a little question for you. Please listen carefully to find the answer. Here is the question. What is the very first course in a traditional London meal? The answer is hidden inside the conversation. If you find it, please write your answer in the comments in English to practice your writing skills. All right, are you ready to start our journey? Let's begin our story.
Here we are. This is the lovely London restaurant I was telling you about, Anna.
Oh, wow. It looks so beautiful, David. I really love the sparkling fairy lights outside the window.
I'm so glad you like it. This place is very popular in London for having a special meal.
Special? Like a birthday celebration or a happy anniversary?
Yes, exactly. Or just a lovely dinner with good friends like us.
It feels so cozy. The atmosphere here is much nicer than a fast food place.
That is because traditional London dining is quite different from fast food.
Different? In what way exactly?
Well, tonight we are going to learn all about it. Let's go inside the restaurant. You see, Anna, London dining is really about taking your time and relaxing.
So it is not just about eating quickly and leaving the table?
Not at all. You eat slowly, talk a lot, and enjoy every single dish they bring.
I really like that idea. I'm always in such a hurry when I eat lunch in the city.
Well, tonight, let's forget the clock and just enjoy our time together.
Okay, but you have to teach me the rules. I want to do everything correctly.
I will teach you everything. I know how much you love London food.
It is my favorite. Fish and chips, roast beef. I want to eat everything on the menu.
Me too, but there is so much more to discover than just the famous dishes.
Really? Now I'm even more curious. Let's sit down at our table.
All right, here is the menu. Take a look and see what you think, Anna.
Wow, there are so many options. I don't even know where to start, David.
Don't worry. London meals usually follow a very specific course order.
A course order? What does that mean exactly for our dinner?
So, first, you have the starter. That is the very first dish of the meal.
Oh, like a small bowl of soup before the main meal starts.
Yes, or small things like prawn cocktail. You know, fresh shrimp with a light sauce.
I have had prawn cocktail before. It was so fresh and tasty.
Exactly. The starter is meant to be light. It prepares your stomach for the next dishes.
That sounds like a great way to start. What comes after the starter?
Next is the main course, like fish and chips or roast beef. You choose one big dish.
Just one? But there are so many delicious choices on this menu.
I know it's hard to choose, but you pick your favorite for this part of the meal.
Okay, and then is that the end of the dinner?
No, after you finish the main dish, there is the dessert.
So, starter, then the main dish, then dessert. That is a lot of food.
And don't forget the best part at the very end, the dessert.
Dessert? Yes, please. I definitely want to have dessert tonight.
You don't have to order every single course, Anna. You can just pick 2 or 3.
Oh, that is good to know, David. I was worried I wouldn't have room for it all.
Many people in London just have a main dish and then a sweet dessert.
I still want to try as many flavors as possible. Can we at least share a starter?
Sure, a starter is usually small enough to share between friends. That's a lovely idea.
Great! Let's start with the prawn cocktail to share, and then we can look at the main dishes.
That sounds like a perfect plan. Oh, look, they have traditional shepherd's pie here too.
Let's get one fish and chips and one shepherd's pie and share both of them.
Actually, in a traditional London restaurant, people usually order their own separate plate.
Really? Why is that? I thought sharing food was common.
In London, each person usually picks one dish just for themselves. That is the basic style.
I didn't know that. So I should choose my very own main dish to eat?
Yes, exactly. You choose what you love, and I choose what I love. Everyone enjoys their own plate.
That actually makes sense. You can really focus on the taste of your own meal.
Precisely. It makes the dinner experience feel more personal. Okay, I will get the fish and chips then. It looks so delicious in the picture.
Good choice, David. Now, would you like some water to start with?
Yes, please. Just regular water is fine for me, Anna.
Well, at London restaurants, they usually ask you a specific question about the water.
A question? What do you mean?
They will ask you if you want still or sparkling water.
Oh, I always get those two mixed up. Which one is which?
Still water is just regular water with no bubbles. Sparkling water has bubbles, kind of like soda.
Ah, okay. I want still water then. Bubbles in water feel a bit strange to me.
That's perfectly fine. Many people feel exactly the same way.
Wait, Anna, is the water free here in this restaurant?
In many London restaurants, you usually pay for the water, but it isn't very expensive.
Oh, I see. That is different from what I'm used to, but it's good to know.
Look, the bread is here, and see the butter on the table?
Yes, it looks amazing. I'm going to put a lot of butter on this bread.
Softly, David. That is a bit too much butter. You only need a little bit.
Too much? But I love the taste of butter on fresh bread.
I know, but the London way is to just use it lightly.
Oh, so just a tiny bit like this?
Yes, perfect. Just a light amount is the traditional way to enjoy it.
Oh, look, here comes the main dish. It smells absolutely wonderful, Anna.
It looks incredible. Let me just grab my spoon and my fork to start eating.
Actually, Anna, in London, most people eat their main dish with just a fork and knife.
No spoon? But how do I eat properly without a spoon to help me move the food?
It's a simple skill to learn. You use the knife to cut and the fork to eat.
So I use the knife to help me push the food instead of the spoon?
Exactly. You use the knife to prepare each bite neatly on your plate.
Okay, let me try it. Like this? Oh, it actually works very well.
See, you're a natural. Just a fork and knife are enough for a delicious meal.
This is actually much easier than I thought it would be, David.
And one more small tip. Try to eat as quietly as you can.
Oh, right. No loud chewing or making sounds, right?
That's right. Just take small bites and eat gently while we talk.
Got it. Small bites, no loud sounds, and using the proper cutlery. I can do this.
You are doing a great job already. It's all about enjoying the moment slowly.
This fish dish is really fresh and delicious, David. I'm so happy we ordered it.
It looks great. I think I want to add some extra cheese on top of it to make it better.
Wait, David, in London dining culture, people usually don't put cheese on fish.
What? Why not? I thought cheese made every single dish taste better.
Many people think so, but they believe the strong taste of cheese hides the delicate flavor of the fish.
Oh, I see. So no cheese on any seafood dishes either.
That's right. If the dish has fish or shrimp, no cheese. If it has meat or vegetables, then cheese is fine.
I'm so glad you told me, Anna. I almost made a big mistake.
Don't worry, many visitors make that mistake. It's very common for people to do that.
What other things do people often do differently here?
Well, think about fish and chips. In a nice restaurant like this, many people use a knife and fork.
With a knife and fork, but I always eat it casually with my hands.
Eating casually is okay for a quick snack, but here, using cutlery is considered more polite.
It feels a bit strange, but I will definitely try it next time.
Another thing to remember is about asking for changes to the dish.
Oh, you mean like asking for no onions or adding some extra sauce?
Exactly. In London, the chef works very hard to create a perfect balance of flavors.
So it might be seen as a bit rude to change the original recipe.
Well, small changes like no garlic are usually okay, but many changes can be disrespectful to the chef.
I understand, David. It is better to enjoy the food exactly the way the chef intended it to be.
That is the most polite way to do it, and honestly, the chef usually knows what tastes best.
That is very true. I tried the dish exactly as it was, and the flavors are truly amazing.
I'm so happy to hear that. That is the best way to enjoy a real London meal.
I feel like I'm learning so much more than just how to eat. It's about showing respect, too.
That was truly amazing. Everything tasted so fresh and delicious, David.
I am so full. Everything was wonderful. How do we pay the bill now that we are finished?
In London restaurants, you usually have to ask the waiter for the bill yourself.
Oh, they don't just bring it to the table when we finish our food?
No, actually. Bringing the bill too quickly can be seen as a bit rude or pushy.
Really? Why is that the case in London?
They want you to stay, relax, and enjoy your conversation for a while after the meal.
That is so kind. I love that they don't try to rush us out into the street.
It really is nice. Now, about paying, should we split the bill in half today?
We can, but you mentioned earlier that there are different customs for paying the money too.
Yes, sometimes one person pays for everyone, especially if they invited the others to join them.
So if I invite a friend to dinner, it is common for me to pay for their food.
Exactly. But splitting the cost with close friends is also very normal and common.
Got it. And what about the tip? Do I need to leave 20% like in some other countries?
Not at all. In London, a very big tip is not expected. You can just leave a small amount as a thank you.
That is much easier. Oh wait, what is this small charge here at the bottom?
That is a service charge. It covers the service provided at the restaurant.
Oh, I see. So I don't need to be surprised when I see a few extra pounds on the receipt.
Exactly. No surprises. Now you are an expert on paying at a London restaurant. Wow, what a wonderful night. I feel so much more confident about dining out in London now.
You did a great job tonight, Anna. I'm so impressed. What do you remember most about our meal?
Let me see. First, the course order starter, then main dish, and finally the sweet dessert.
Perfect. You remembered the whole sequence perfectly. What else stayed in your mind?
Each person should order their own dish, and I can choose between still or sparkling water for the table.
Exactly. And do you remember the helpful tips for actually eating the food properly?
Yes, use a fork and knife together and only use a small amount of butter on my bread.
And don't forget the most important cultural parts of the evening, too.
Right. No cheese on fish dishes, use proper cutlery for everything, and trust the chef's original recipe.
You really paid attention. These aren't strict rules, they're just ways to show love for the food and the culture.
I can really feel that, David. The food tonight felt like it was made with so much care and heart.
It really was. So, since we had such a good time, where should we go for dinner next month?
Oh, how about French food? Or maybe we can try a spicy Mexican restaurant.
Both sound like a fantastic plan. It's so much fun to learn about the world through different food.
I agree. Let's try a new country every single month. I can't wait for our next food adventure.
Me neither. But wait, are you really still a little bit hungry after all that?
Well, maybe just a tiny bit. Do you think we could find some cold ice cream nearby?
That is a great idea. Let's go find some ice cream to finish our night in London.
I really hope this story helped you feel more comfortable and confident with your English. Learning about different cultures is such a wonderful way to practice your listening and understanding. Now, let's look at the question from the very beginning of our story one more time. Do you remember it? What is the first course in a traditional London meal? If you heard the answer in our conversation today, please write it down in the comments section below. Writing your answer in English is a fantastic way to improve your skills and remember these new words. On this channel, I share many stories like this one with helpful tips to make your learning journey easy and fun. If you enjoyed our dinner adventure in London, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. It really helps me create more interesting stories for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching and practicing your English with me today. I look forward to seeing you again in our very next video. Goodbye for now, and keep enjoying your English studies.